last.
Joe, this may be my last chance to marry a millionaire.
He does not over-assert himself. He just does it all very subtly. But he is the lead. He does not have to press the tube, because too much toothpaste comes out. No. He doesn't do anything that is exaggerated. He's not a clown. He's just an actor who has mastered the art of comedy.
But you don't understand. I'm good. I'm a man. Well, nobody's perfect.
Now, Jack Lemmon is perfect. He was totally wrong not to marry him.
Are we dressing for dinner?
Just come as you are.
Say, you're pretty good with that racket.
You should see my backhand.
I think the apartment was, overall, it was in no way an attempt like Some Like It Hot to be a broad comedy. But it was, without question, one of the most brilliant scripts that I've ever had. Wilder won 3 Academy Awards that year for Best Film, Best Script, and Best Director. That's about all you can do. Billy really grew a rose in a garbage pail, is the way I have always described this film. He had a love story that was valid and honest, but it was grown in a garbage pail because he was making great social comment about a lack of morals and principles in the business community. And he had the guts to take his leading man and make him a pseudo-pimp in a way, a guy who, to get ahead, was willing to sacrifice or just be blind to any sense of morality.
You see a girl a couple of times a week just for laughs, and right away they think you're going to divorce your wife. I ask you, is that fair?
No, sir, it's very unfair. Especially to your wife.
Yeah.
He was made into somebody. He very much regrets it at the very, very end. When he's been made a vice president, I don't know what, he goes to Fred McMurray and gives him back the key. And he quits his job. In other words, he was a pimp against his own will, but when the big promotion is ready for him, he walks out on it.
Did you hear what I said, Miss Kubelik? I absolutely adore you.
Shut up and deal.
I loved working with Shirley, who is totally spontaneous. If anybody ever hated to rehearse, it's Shirley. She loves to just kind of let it happen, which I understand. It's one way of working. I can rehearse. I'll rehearse for 5 weeks for one scene. Along came Days of Wine and Roses, and I was having lunch with my then agent, Lenny Hershon, at William Morris, and he suddenly said, did you ever see Days of Wine and Roses on Playhouse 90? And I said, no, I missed it, but I've heard it was absolutely marvelous. And he said, how would you like to do it with Lee Remick and Blake Edwards directing? And I said, yes.
And anyway, my agency is throwing a party, or rather we're inviting the people for a party on Prince Haroon Badul's yacht.
The audience is sucked in the beginning of the picture laughing at Jack Lemmon, the Jack Lemmon they know, until they get involved in the story and start to realize that this is not a comedy. This is a drama.
Now, on the surface, this would seem to be a shockingly sensational type of situation, but the qualities of Joe Clay's story are not that easily revealed. And when I read this script, I knew that I wanted to play this part more than any part I have ever been lucky enough to play.
Having Walter and Jack in The Odd Couple was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me in my film career.
I'm telling you, you're the only one of its kind in the world.
Chemistry, not even chemists can explain why it happens between two people, when it's right and when it's not right. They were probably right from the day they first met, or maybe they were wrong. I mean, maybe they hated each other's guts, which worked for them, and they got to love each other. I have no idea of the birth of it. Thank God it was born.
Now listen, why don't you just take a tranquilizer?
Go to your room. Yeah, go to your room.
Let's just all settle down, huh?
When we did the scene, pretty famous scene now, of Jack in the luncheonette in the Odd Couple suddenly getting these adenoidal attacks and making these sort of moose calls, as Oscar would call them. Jack surprised me because I didn't even know what to expect.
stop that, will you? What are you doing?
I'm trying to clear up my ears. Nah, you create a pressure inside your head, it opens up the eustachian tube. Nah! 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 Yeah.
Did it open up?
Uh-huh. I think I strained my throat. How high are we? It sounds like the power's up.
Yeah. We'll be at full power by midnight.
No, you cannot run it at full. We can't risk another scram. What's the matter with you?
You've been drinking.
What the hell are you talking about? Drinking? For Christ's sake, there may be a defect in the pump support structure.
I got a
Now,
key.
wait a minute. Listen.
I got my orders.
There was a vibration. Ted, so help me God, a sudden surge could kick that off again.
His choice of roles seemed to fit his personality, which, you know, is one of somebody that's very liked, therefore could be somebody that's taken advantage of, as he was in The Apartment. But at the same time, he's had heroic qualities, such as China's Syndrome, where he stood up against the establishment.
Group one.
What I did, Jack? Okay, leave it there, Jim.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jack.
Just get out.
And what's so wonderful about it is that you don't know when it's going to come. It just suddenly comes like a thunderstorm, a clap of thunder, and it's there, and it shocks you, and it gives you a sense of relief of, thank God, he finally is saying it. He's finally opening up.
All through his career, you've looked at the work that he's done with so many great actors or teams, whether it's Matthau or McClane or Tony Curtis, and how his ability to adapt to both drama and comedy, and always be true to the material, and always be listening, and always be aware, and sharing the space. There's no doubt that he's a star, but he's a star with such a lack of ego. For whatever reason, when that camera gets turned on and Jack says, as he does before every single take, and every night before we walked onto the stage in Long Day's Journey, Jack just whispers under his breath, magic time. And it truly is magic time with Jack Lemmon.